This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good night, Lazandra Dial. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm excellent. It's a great pleasure to connect with you. What part of the world are you in right now?
I am in California in the Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay Area. I like to say the Oakland Bay Area because I'm from Oakland. That's where I hail.
Sweet.
California.
All right. Well, do tell us which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history.
So at this specific time in history, my talent would be my ability to help nonprofit organizations gain and maintain government funding.
All right.
I have spent almost 18 years in government, helping as a funder. And so in 2016, I decided to launch a business to help those nonprofits. I saw a lot of them struggle trying to get the money. And so I have like this inside track on like what they need to have in place. And so I just, I feel like nonprofits are so needed and so important in our world. And there's money out there and I just want to help them get it. And when they get it, I want to help them keep it.
Where's the best place for someone that's listening to connect with you?
They can connect with me. The best place is two places. LinkedIn, just under my name, Lazandra Dial. And on my website, LazandraDial.com.
Love it. So who did you learn that ability to care so much for others?
It's innate. Is something that it's just who I am. Like I've always been this person who just cared for everybody. It felt kind of weird when I was younger. But I just have love and compassion for humanity, just all of us and how we're all connected. I mean, we're all one. And how I've been able to demonstrate that through the work world is through my working inside of government, and how do I change our systems so we can better support people. But just day to day, I try to be a loving, caring person in everything I do.
Now, definitely that person gets burnt a lot, right? Why will you continue being that individual that shows love nevertheless?
Because it has to be somebody.
I love the way you took that breath.
It's like, how could I not, right? There's no other option. There's no other way to be. And no, I'm not so much that I know that there's not bad and things that happen. And, even in the country I live in and the politics right now and the things that are going on. And even in all that, love conquers all. Like love wins. Love will win. So I don't worry so much about what's happening in our state capital or what's happening in the county or the city that I live in, even though I work for government. I don't let it change my disposition and who I am at my core. Right? I have bad days, like I'm normal. I'm normal like everyone else. But at the core of who I'm being, I know that love will always conquer all. So I don't know any other way to be. Like, there's no option.
Well, tell me one other thing that you've done consistently for the last 3 years, please.
Consistently for the last 3 years, I have danced in Carnival Parade in San Francisco and Hollywood, California.
Sweet.
So fun. I can't wait to do the Real Deal in Trinidad someday. I didn't get a chance to go this year. I know it just concluded. I hope to go next year. Like, it's been on my list. I know I'm going to probably faint because just doing it here is hard enough. I can't imagine. But I just love dancing. I love the culture. I'm learning so much about the culture. And it's so important to me. Culture is so important. and tradition. And, it's just a beautiful thing. And so I get so happy. I love the music, the soca music. And, oh, yeah,
Soca
that's what I'm
music. Yeah, you sound like a Trini already.
my friend's voice. I'm like, she's gonna have me. Yeah, and I'm going in October. I'm going to Trinidad in October. Her birthday to celebrate her 60th birthday. She invited me, and I'm like so excited.
Sweet. We have
So
to
I'm
connect
excited.
then. We have to connect, yeah?
Absolutely,
Love it.
absolutely.
So, why would you suggest other people have that outlet in their life? Even if it's not dancing, but why would you suggest, in the grind of what life can be, that they have something like that to relax, if you would, or even to rest?
Yeah, we have to have something that grounds us, that reminds us who we are and our purpose in life. Because just like you said, we can get caught up in the day to day grind of working and providing for our families or whatever we're doing. We can get so caught up in that we start losing track of who we are. So we need something. For me, it's dancing. For some people, it might be hiking. Someone else, it might be swimming. But it's like we literally have to stop and take the time. And sometimes you have to schedule that time because we'll get so busy and we're doing everything and we'll forget. It's like, okay, then if you're gonna forget, let's get out your little calendar and let's build in some time for your self care, for you to connect. And to me, when you're doing that, you're connecting back to your source. That's your connection back to the source. For me, it's God. For other folks, it may be something different or a different entity, or you call the source something different. But that is the time that you get to have that introspective time and just connect back to your source. And so for me, dancing, for other people, whatever it is, find it. And if you have to schedule it, schedule it. But do it. Do it.
Love
Please
it.
do it.
Love it. Amazing audience. Again, you're hearing it live from Lazandra Dial. You can connect with her at lazandradial.com or on LinkedIn, Lazandra. Let's switch gears for a moment. Let me now invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Lazandra, what's your earliest childhood memory?
So even with that beautiful water and all the beauty that you just said, my earliest childhood memory is not a pleasant one. It is one where I remember my father and my mother fighting. And it, it's interesting because I can't remember anything uh, before that and after that until I'm like in middle school. So I don't know. I think may have been the moment that my mind just started to block out things because that was so painful to see. I remember hiding behind a couch with me and my brother, and I think when we were probably around, I want to say 6 or 7. That's what my mind tells me. I was that young. And it's interesting because my dad was like the most gentle person towards me. And my parents divorced and they had a good relationship after divorce. I don't know if that was a one-time incident because I can't remember anything else before or after. So I don't know. But he was a gentleman towards me, and others. And so it's just weird to have that be the first memory and then to have all my other memories of my dad to be like great, like my everything. He passed away in 1999, but he's like, he got me. So it's interesting that that's my first memory. And yet I have this other memory of my dad that was a different person than that man I saw on that day. So yeah.
So given that, like how do you see that memory connecting to who you are today in terms of everything that you experienced and saw at that moment?
Because it locked things for me, because I literally had some memories that have been locked. Like I don't know what happened before, or even after till I'm middle school. I don't know. I guess for me, it's like knowing that a person has multiple parts and they can have some things about them that you don't like or even hate. And then there's this other side of them that's this loving, kind, sweet person. And how you process and see that. Like you can literally love someone who's did wrong because as I talked about earlier, this whole thing of my core being love, I could still love that person even though they did that. So it's just interesting because I always remind people when we're seeing these images of people who've done wrong. There's this whole thing right now with R. Kelly here in America and how people are processing that. Like some people hate him and don't understand how people can still love him. And it's like, people have two sides. We can, sometimes we do some things that are ugly. And there's people who still love us.
I think that's love, isn't it? Like love is being that person who shows favor to someone in spite of what could be seen as their wrongdoings, right? It's that is love. Like you love in spite of, not because of.
Absolutely. And it reminds me of the thing I say because I used to work in prison, and it was nothing more true there, that there's no such thing as throwaway people. Like even a person who's in prison is still human, right? And they're in prison and they're paying their due. And so there's no need to treat them wrong. They're paying for their crime. And I would see sometimes the guards want to treat them horribly. And I'm like, they're in prison. I don't know what else to be. This is horrible. Like, I don't even like working here. And so I only worked there for 2 years. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm not built for this. But there's no such, we can't throw away people. We can't. God doesn't throw away people. That's my source, my connection. And so, and I know that's hard for people sometimes. How do you love someone who's done something like that and still love them? But that is love, like you just said. That's how you show love.
Love it. All right. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
I had so many. I just said I love dancing and music. I had to look this up because I'm like, oh my God, I like everything and I want to listen to all the songs now. But I would say Ain't No Stopping Us Now by McFadden and Whitehead.
Love it. Yeah.
Listen to it when we get done.
All right, my friend. Well, we've arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Lazandra?
I'm ready.
Lazandra, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
No.
Are you married?
No.
Do you have children?
Yes.
Do you believe in God?
I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I do. Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
Or about 3 hours a week?
Yes.
What about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Gosh. It's probably 8. That's horrible.
All right. Lazandra, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Lazandra Dial, what would you say that is?
That's a good one. Because there was no throwaway people, but it has to. I don't have anything I say. I just represent God's love. And everything you do represents God's love. That's it for me. Nothing higher.
All right. Lord. Lazandra, this has been a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Show someone compassion, caring, and love today. You don't know what that person may be going through. And if you just share a little bit of it, you might change a person's life.
Yeah, even save it, right? Even save it. Ain't no stopping us now. Lazandra Dial, again, such a great pleasure. Thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
This segment has been brought to you by Amazel Enterprise.